So as you bundle as discovery data, I was going to say diversity data, but as discovery data pulls this all together, right? One of the things that we'll be most interested in hearing from you is how you see companies can drive revenue and profitability growth, and how you are seeing key business value outcomes being driven from these requirements. So could you maybe expand upon, from your experience, what do you see as companies that are successfully driving revenue and profitability, and what are those key business value outcomes that they're driving them forward with?
Right. So I'll answer this from the perspective of our customers. So for instance, one example I'll give is the intent data. So we do have this intent data product where we've partnered with a company called Advisor Target to source some of this information. We found some of our customers reaping something like a 30x return on their initial investment on the data. Wow. So for instance, if you spent $1 on our data, you're making $30 for every dollar that you spent on our data. And so what we're finding is that the intent data is a huge value driver for many of our customers, especially if you're a large asset manager and you're looking to distribute product to broker-dealers and RIAs. Knowing the intentions of an advisor or a broker-dealer, that they might be interested in an energy ETF or an ESG related ETF, and being able to target them before your competition can target them. Right. That is a key value driver. The other big value driver I would say is just, in the diversity space, for instance, I have an anecdote there where, we had a customer that was looking for people that were of Korean descent, that spoke Korean in the Los Angeles area, because they were looking to kind of engage more with that community, because that community as a whole is growing in affluence in that particular region. They were going to run a print ad originally. So imagine like running a newspaper ad to find Korean advisors, right? Broker dealers. They were going to do that originally. They instead use our data to run that particular advertising campaign. It was more of an email campaign. And they found their conversion rates were so much higher using email, right? Because who reads the newspaper nowadays, right?
Yes, exactly. Right. Exactly.
And so, those are some examples, some anecdotal examples of some value that we've added for customers. But, the list goes on and on. I mean, our data can be used from a sales and marketing standpoint, from a recruiting standpoint. So there are some very large areas where we can add value for our customers.
And I'm sure that you have a lot of those use cases listed on the website. So, Saleem, we've talked about, strategies and roadmap and value delivery. In the remaining couple of minutes, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask for your input on where you believe organizations that you deal with may run into challenges. So would you be able to share some of your thoughts on some of the challenges and maybe how best to avoid them?
Yeah, I think, some of the challenges customers might face are definitely one in the accuracy and completeness of the data. Now, Discovery Data is not the only company that provides this sort of information. We do have competitors, but, we focus quite a bit on the quality, the veracity of our data. And so I think that's one of the key areas where, customers kind of look to us for, kind of being the bellwether and kind of guiding them through the collection of accurate contact information in this space.
Wonderful insights. If I could ask, if you got any parting comments that you believe would be insightful for data leaders to unlock the hidden value and be able to produce more insights for their business, what would you say to them?
Yeah, I think, look, the Chief Data and Analytics Officer role is a fairly new role within most organizations. I think in order to be successful in the role, you really need to partner with your internal Chief Marketing Officer, Chief Product Officer, and CEO, right? I think I kind of joke that half my job is data. The other half is marketing the data, right?
Right.
You really need to understand who the audience is that's willing to buy this information, what are their needs, and make sure that the data is meeting the customer and not the other way around, right? And so I think that's one of the key things here to be successful in this newer role, is being able to partner well with your chief marketing officer, your chief revenue officer, the CEO. Luckily, we have a great CEO in Bob Skay, who is a very innovative CEO in his own right, and has kind of the data chops and understands the data really well. And so being able to work in a team like that, where I feel we're cross-functional here at Discovery Data, where, I think, Bob can probably wear the hat of a CDO, and then our CMO could probably wear the hat of the CTO as well. Having those sorts of cross-functional capabilities are key in being successful in this role.
I think one of the key things you talk about there is partnering, and how to communicate and partner with those fellow execs is definitely right up the top of the list there. Well, Saleem, 25 minutes goes by really fast. And I'd like to thank you for your time today. We really appreciate it. And we hope that we'll get the chance to come back and do this again.
Great. Thank you very much, Robert. Thanks for the time.
You're welcome. And for our listeners, please visit cdomagazine.tech for additional interviews. Thank you.